Hello, and welcome again to another day of ABC April 2025. If you're following along with all of the wonderful ladies that are doing this collaboration, today is C, and we're talking about clusters and collage. So I've started these page embellishment clusters, and I'm going to show you how I did these and how I would finish decorating them. So what I'm going to start with on these, I started with just an inside of an old book that you can see there, and we added some book page, we added some music sheet. We did a lot of collage with some different pieces here. So I'm just going to show you kind of some of the things that I did here. And what I would do then would be, say, let's take this envelope that I used on the last video. So I would have an envelope or a page in my journal, and I would just clip it onto there. You can glue it on and have this as a tuck. You can do a belly band with it. You can do a lot of things with these. And I have quite a few of them made up, and then I just kind of further embellish them as I need them. So I have some old packing paper here. I have some dictionary page here. Let's see, we have some strips from doing some cutting for a journal. We have some printables, and then this is what I'm going to use for the base. When I made the tags that I did for, I believe that was yesterday's on the let's see, these tags here, when I was doing those, I had the edges of my file folders left over, so I decided that I was going to use those as my backing. And as you can see, I had used just a book page from an old, I believe it was a Reader's Digest, if I remember correctly. And so I'm just going to show you what I did and how. Let's see, so we're going to start with these. And what I did was I would take a piece of the packing paper, do a little cutting on it. Let's cut them into smaller strips. I think I'm going to fold this in half, kind of like so. And we'll just cut a couple strips. And I'm cutting them about let's see, about an inch and a half. About an inch and a half there. It's not anything specific. So then I would take them, got a couple here, and just fold them up like so. Okay. They don't have to be perfect. Don't have to be folded perfectly. That's kind of the point of it. Okay. And then let's take our strip there. We'll cut some of it, tear some of this off the dictionary page, and kind of fold it in on itself again. Okay, so we have 3 different strips there, and I'll grab my ruler here. And we'll just kind of make some Okay, we have a few of those. I'll do the same with this printable here. Okay. Let's see, I need to tear the edges off. Oops, that didn't work out too good. Okay, get rid of those. And I'll just tear that strip down. And then we'll just make some little pieces so that we can collage with those. Oops. All right, so we'll just take some glue. Any glue stick will work. Just kind of layer them. Alrighty. Oops. Big glob on there. We don't need that. Okay, we have the first part of our collage started here. Maybe finish up this piece here. Now, if I wanted to, I could go back through and trim that off. Obviously, this is too long for most journals. I might work okay for a tall journal, a traveler's notebook. It might still be a little bit long, but you can trim it down. Excuse me. You can trim it down any length that you want. So the next thing I would do is glue on some of these strips. Use this one here. Okay, and then take off some of this. Got a little bit too much there. Okay, and then at this point, I would take it over to my sewing machine, and I'm not going to do that with this because my camera is not over there. But I'd let the glue stick kind of dry a little bit because I don't want to gum up my machine anyway. But I would take it over and just zigzag down the center like I did on these. You can see the different layers, and it's just offcuts from just about anything that I have laying around in my box of scraps. So I would go over, zigzag on down there, and then I would again have pieces like these. So what can we do? So let's try doing a little bit of embellishing on these. We've got some different tags. I think we'll just work on these two here. And I'm going to grab some different embellishments that I have here. So I'll bring a bunch of things over here. And I'm going to bring out some of our inks. Give it a little bit of a distressed look on some of these. Okay. And maybe a round one. Okay. All right. Yeah, we can have that one sticking out. That's fine. And I want to bring out, let's see, I have a vintage photo right now, but I want to bring out some ground espresso. Kind of get a little bit darker on some of those edges. Okay, there we go. Try for this little one here. Yeah, okay. And this next one has some blues in it. And I have some quotes here that are kind of fun. Let's see what else we have. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't like that. Okay, I think we have to stop looking. Okay, we'll just leave it at those three there. So go back to our vintage photo. Do like that. Yeah. Kind of give it a little bit of distressing there. Okay. And then this one here. All right. A couple more folds in there. There we go. Get that one. And then the final one, just stick with the ground espresso. fold there. There we go. All right. Are there any numbers in here? Let's see what we have here. Well, okay, we have actually we have some with a little bit of blue. I'll just take that 7 out of there. Okay. We're going to stick that one there. Okay, so just take some Fabri-Tac. My lid's back on my inks. And there we have a cluster. And since I use the Fabri-Tac, it gives me a little extra time to move things around, put them where I want them for sure. And I did kind of leave so I could tuck something, you know, if I wanted another embellishment under there, I could do that. But there's one. And again, put it on the edge of our glue here, here, and here, and we have a little little tuck spot there. Okay, and let's glue up this other one. It's got more of the blues in it, so I kind of tried to stick with some blue pieces. Be silly, be honest, be kind. I like that. There we go. Put and the final one there. So let's check this out. And honestly, you could cluster all the way up and down these pieces. If they're too, oops, got a little. If they're too busy for you, you can, you know, you don't have to have as much in the background. You can make them a lot plainer with just some plain papers rather than the printed. But there, and see, I could do that on, well, on either side of the envelope and or in the center. So that's a really quick collage and cluster together. And that's the end of what I got for you today. So be sure you're following along with the hashtag ABC April 2025. If you type that in, excuse me, if you type that into your search bar, you will find videos from many, many makers, and you can watch and follow along. This collaboration is put on by Crafty by Toni. Her YouTube channel is Crafty by Toni, and she does a fabulous job. And then Margaret at Sevenplaza, she also does a fabulous job. And they decided to put together this series so that they can bring out and show a lot of different techniques, like collaging and clusters and all that kind of stuff. So it's fun to watch along, watch and learn as you go along, especially those who are just beginning their journey with junk journaling, art journaling, and altered books or altered anything. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.